and gentlemen, and welcome back to Humanity Never Dies. In the last episode, we followed the squad as they stormed an Advent facility, coming to blows with the Advent quickly and effectively, until we were ambushed by the first encounter with an alien ruler, the Viper King. This conflict went pretty smoothly, only taking a bit of damage, until it escaped through a mysterious portal. Once the ruler escaped, the team finished the mission in style, and we returned to the Avenger where we completed several researches, and then were sent on an operation to hack information from an underground network. We were ambushed there by the Hunter once more, but despite a heavy onslaught of fighting, we dismantled him and pressed on to the objective, taking only small injuries to our forces. Once back on the Avenger, we completed several key projects, excavations and covert ops, stopping only to counter a retaliation strike against us. We start our retaliation mission on the bottom right hand corner of the map, next to a river. Gives us a nice bout of cover here for our first advance, but definitely not for the next advance. None of our dudes, as this is a retaliation mission, none of our dudes are in cover, so they're just going to go out and go into Overwatch. We do, however, have our ghost with us. What's his name? Our Reaper, who has Shadow, so that's good. In short order, we can still scout ahead without being spotted here. So he's just going to go around, look to see. What I'm doing now is I'm looking to see if there's any tower or place of elevation for me to be able to take McEwen, because that would be very helpful for future combat. And then the rest of the team is just going to go out and either dash behind cover or go into a place where they can get Overwatch, which is obviously very important for us. That having been done, we got to go and see. We see our first ever automaton. Deals 11 damage, Jesus Christ, to one of our resistance civilians. And then luckily our civilian resistance peoples do get a good shot off, so that's always good. So they're just going to go and shoot them, doing some good damage, allowing us to move forward. So, next thing we're going to do is we're going to move up. We do not see the automatron, so we're just going to continue moving up, trying to get cover. We've got the disadvantage. Oh, there's a chrysalid. Woo, woo, woo. So yeah, chrysalids, very dangerous enemy. One of my most hated enemy. We've had a lot of trouble with chrysalids in the past. But yeah, so we're just going to carry on moving along. As I was about to say before being interrupted by surprise chrysalids, our troops aren't in a very good position to get cover. Rivers are great until they're not, and the issue is that this river is a good starting position, but then as soon as we have to move out of it, it becomes awful because there's not a lot of cover around. We can use combat protocol to go get the chrysalids, but luckily we don't need to. Instead, Mysis is just going to move up. No issues there, we didn't spot any of the enemies, so we are all good. McEwen's going to move around, go try and get to a position where she can get some good shots, but there's not really many. And that's the issue. She needs to be in an elevated position ready to get the most of her rifles. So I'm going to put her on top of the back of this truck. She's not going to be spotted, which is good, but I'm going to have to wait a whole turn before I can do anything. So I'm going to move Floyd up just to get extra vision for everyone. And also be safe, because he is, however, still hidden. Meanwhile, Grey just going to have to dash up and get herself behind cover. Or she could run and gun, but I don't want to tempt fate with additional enemies. And there's the automatron, so we get some nice little Overwatch shots. Well, nice, does 5 damage, but with 4 armor it's not really great.
Is that an environment suit? Maybe something that can't handle our atmosphere?
And there's also a codex with him, so that's good. So yeah, just gonna move up. We need some blue screen stuff. There's all the foliage just gets absolutely stomped on, and the chrysalid moves up as well. Must have spotted one of ours because he's just going to come rushing. There's actually 2 chrysalids up around, and the resistance is going to start shooting. Luckily for me, they start shooting the automatron. Or are they going to shoot the codex? Nope, shoot the chrysalid. 5 damage, not bad. These rifles doing 6 damage is pretty good for me, not gonna lie. So here we get the other reason why rivers suck. So they really don't give you any cover. It's very easy to get absolutely wrecked by them. We do have a Whiplash ability for Vemo, so he's got the ability to use Whiplash, which is like a lightning attack. Does bonus damage against mechanical opponents, which obviously didn't do in that case because it was a very low percentage chance of doing. It's quite a close combat-y thing. And he misses also his justice, which isn't great. Not a lot of ability to hit the automatron at the moment, so Grey is just going to go into run and gun mode, get herself into a position where she can flank the Codex and hopefully kill it in one. Does manage to kill it in one with a Talon rounds. Absolutely amazing rounds those are. Shen's going to go around the side. He's got vision on one of the chrysalids as well as the automatron, but I think what he's going to do is launch a frag grenade to blow up the cover. I think that's the wise thing to do. Or could use demolition. There's a lot of decisions going on there. I'd try to forego my turn for now, which is probably a good idea as well. I'd use combat protocol. It's not going to kill the chrysalid though. I'm kind of in a position, it's not really the best position to do anything at the moment. There's a lot of things that we don't know what's going to happen. So the first thing, probably the best thing to do, make sure that that chrysalid dies. So McEwen definitely does that. So that removes that threat from us, so we can then move with Floyd up to the river bank. It's got 69% chance, or we could throw a Claymore, which I believe is what I decided to do. It means that our operatives can shoot at the Claymore, or in the case of Chen, is he actually going to do that? Yeah, okay, fair enough. Shoots at the Claymore, which breaks the cover, and, well, it doesn't totally break the cover because the tree's still there, but it does remove some of the armour, as well as do quite a bit of damage. And then there's 4 additional damage done to the automaton. So everything's going okay for now. I would have preferred to actually kill the automaton because now he's going to have a big hit against the resistance fighter. 13 is pretty bad. And then the chrysalid's going to go around dealing 5 damage to the resistant fighter, who also gets chrysalid poison. Chrysalid poison, you'll see what that does later, but it's not great.
There's a large group of civilians
and then we actually get the next group has all been visioned. Activated, it should be the word. Yeah, there's a lot of things going on at the moment. So, Vimo is going to use Whiplash. Or he could move and use it, really. Or he's just going to shoot. Alright, it's going to shoot. Missing.
I must improve.
But he gets 0 in. Obviously with a skirmisher, skirmishers don't use up any action when they shoot. Well, they use only 1 action rather than end their turn when they shoot. So he shoots twice. Doesn't do a lot of damage though. It doesn't do enough damage, I should say. With an 89% chance to kill it with Floyd, I think I'd go for the shot quite easily there. And I miss. Amazing. And I get spotted, so it's just going great right now. This automatron is really doing my head in. How do I deal with this? Probably not a good idea to do with Chen, that's for sure. Considering Chen has the blue screen rounds, and we know he's going to turn into the mechanical version momentarily. So we can get Mises to sort that out, which he does, thankfully. So that's all done. The automatron gets back up as mechanical version.
We all saw that thing go down. Now what the hell is it doing?
It's moving again is what it's doing. We get Chen to hopefully deal a ton of damage to it. 79% chance. Does manage to miss. Okay, 2 damage. Amazing. Yeah, it's not going great. I'm not going to lie. So hopefully McEwen can get a good shot, but she can't. So she's just going to have to shoot the chrysalid instead. Shooting it. Dealing 6 damage as well as rending its armor. So now we've got Grey, who has a shot on the chrysalid and misses as well. So far we are missing a lot of shots. This is not going great. Not going great at all. So the chrysalid is going to kill our resistance fighter, who is then going to blob up into a chrysalid spawner. What they do is every turn they spawn a chrysalid. I think it's, can't remember what it is, chrysalid neophyte or something. And then the automatron goes for Floyd. Luckily for us, misses Floyd, because that could have done a lot of damage. But yeah, so we got very lucky there. Considering how unlucky we're getting with missing our shots, I feel like it was deserved. There's a berserker out there who's getting shot at by some resistance fighters. Becomes enraged. And we've got 2 more resistance fighters as well on the right hand side. Or left hand, I should say. We can see that there's a spectre over there that gets shot at. And the other resistance fighter is going to shoot at the Spectre as well. Yeah, missing. So resistance fighters not doing as great this mission as they were last time that we saw them, but we can't really expect them to do amazing every time. So Vimo is going to do a Whiplash Strike. As you can see, that does additional damage against mechanical opponents, doing a total of 12 damage instead of normal 6. That's pretty good. It's also a completely free action. It's like lightning hands, so it's pretty good. I'm pretty sure they can only do it once a game though, rather than have it as a cooldown. So it's like a one-use only grenade type thing. Gray's going to move up into cover, going to go for the Chrysalid, shooting it down, killing it with Talon rounds. So that's all good. And then the resistance people in that area have been completely freed up, so that's all good. We've got half the mission done basically. And Chen's going to go for, I think he's going to not shoot yet. Oh no, he is. He's going to shoot at the Chrysalid spawner. Missing, but luckily with the I can't remember what it's called, the thing that prevents you to do misses. I think it's a stock maybe, I can't remember. Miser's going to go for the shot against the automatron. Oh no, he's not. He's going to get his combat drone to do it, so guarantee the kill there, which is definitely the best thing to do in this situation. McEwen, however, is currently completely pointless, too far away from any of the action, so she's going to have to move up in a place where she can get action. So we're going to move her dash all the way to the river. When she gets up, well, my plan is then to get up to the where the resistance were, right next to that spawner, just because that's technically a place of elevation, so it should give us some good shots. There's a lot of health on that spawner as well. As you can see, there's a Chrysalid. There's also a bunch of Chrysalids there as well. Damn. Resistance going through. Luckily they're not getting hit by any of the Chrysalids or the Berserker, so we are lucky in that aspect. However, the resistance not really hitting their shots either most of the time, but where they are hitting is always good for us, so it's not too bad. We've got another resistance fighter there doing more damage. Got one of the Chrysalids down by 5 health, and then the Spectre's going to continue being shot at. 6 damage done there, and we can continue our onslaught. So potential grapple from Vimo. Actually, potential is definite grapple from Vimo. He's going to grapple himself up on floating terrain. It's quite amusing. But it gives him 100% shots, which he's definitely going to be taking. Taking out that Chrysalid, still being able to overwatch. But he's going to get out there because there's a very big chance of that terrain just dropping at any point, and so he's not going to tempt fate in this instance. Get a shot from our Reaper. I think that missed actually. Gray's gonna have to come up. There's so much. We are like, those things are so tanky just because they tank so much damage. And Chrysalids are very dangerous, so we need to take it down. I'm gonna try and do it in a way where I'm taking it down in an advance, so an attacking stance. I can handle that. Which I'm able to do. It's just, you know, getting rid of my Overwatch basically. But with a lucky Talon Strike from Gray, we do manage to take it down to a very low amount of health, so I think McEwen's going to go around and just pistol it to death because it's got 3 left. Oh, or even lightning hands it to death. There we go, all done. We're good. So she gets to move up now. She gets to move in the same square that it occupied. That means we can just carry on and not have to worry about that. We now got our position to perform our assault against the second wave. I'm going to get Mises to go all around the side there and hopefully not activate anyone. You can see that the Berserker has gone and killed one of the civilians. They seem to all be inside this camper van. And there's actually another Berserker around, goes around the back of the camper van. So we've got 2 Berserkers, 1 Spectre for sure, and 2 Chrysalids. There may be more, but we've not seen any of them. Got our resistance fighters taken down as much as they can. So taken down one of the Chrysalids. And we've got a bit of a pause apparently whilst animations off screen happen. And then we've got another shot against the Berserker, taking it down. So yeah, going good so far. Getting rid of our experience, but doing good. And actually the Spectre goes down as well. So yeah, it's going okay. So we've got for sure one full health Berserker and one Chrysalid left. And potentially more, but we don't really know yet. There's actually another Spectre as well. So there's quite a few things still going. Actually there's a lot of Spectres left. That's one whole Berserker and 2 Spectres, and there's a further Spectre up ahead. So we've got a lot of enemies. This is far from over apparently. Firmo then shoots and sets on fire the Berserker. Floyd's going to reload, I think going straight into Shadow. Or not do anything. That's also potential. Oh, yeah, we've wasted a lot of ammo against the spawner, so we're going to have to reload and move up, and it's going to cost us a lot of our actions to make sure that we can still Overwatch. So we can go run and gun with Grey. After she reloads, she's going to again go into Overwatch. Chen isn't really having the greatest of times either, so he's going to either reload or Overwatch. Or move up, I guess. That's also a potential. I think this is why then Floyd is going to be able to use his teamwork ability to make sure that Chen gets another action. Mises seems to be out of range on anything, so that's not too fun. McEwen ability to get a shot, she's going to go for the Spectre, right through the corpse of the Chrysalid. Manages to hit, but it is dodged, so only partially damaging. Then uses teamwork on Chen so that he gets some action. He's got the choice of shooting between the Berserker and the Spectre, but also throwing a grenade. The issue with the grenade is that there are actual civilians around, so I've got to be careful with that, but I think that's what I'm going to go for. So if I move it in the specific square, I get to hit both of them and get rid of all their cover. So that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. And that will make sure that the Spectre and the Berserker have no more cover at all. Doesn't range the Berserker, however. And now it's their turn. We actually have a faceless that occurs. Nice. Very fleshy. And the burning Berserker as well is there. So on the alien turn, we've got a Big Bang, which kills off that individual. Then we've got oh, nice. Okay, yeah, so the Spectre goes up, eats up all of our... Oh my god, there's another Berserker. Spectre eats up our Overwatch shot, but luckily the Retribution does manage to hit it. So, Spectre down. Resistance fighters go around, criticking the other Spectre. And we get a shot which misses the Berserker. There's still a lot of aliens around, holy damn. We do also have a lot of resistance fighters still around as well though, so it's not too bad, but it is a lot of enemies that we need to deal with. Especially if the resistance fighters keep missing. So, top of our turn. Vimo's going to move. See, yeah, he's going to fire at the Berserker, doing 7 damage, gets zeroed in. But he needs to reload, so that kind of wastes his turn there. It's not really wasted, really.
You cannot run.
Floyd's going to go around the side, gets a 89% chance on the Berserker. Does 5 damage, not enough to kill it. It's got 1 health left. Gray's going to move up. He's got potential of throwing a grenade here, but she might just shoot at the Faceless. Does do so, doing 7 damage. No Talon rounds as it isn't flanked. Mises going to not do anything at the moment. McEwen needs to reload, but for whatever reason I decide to move her up. Oh, maybe I'm going to do face off. Yes, that explains that. So, face off, killing the Faceless and the Berserker. An excellent use of face off there, to be fair. Also allows me to move the rest of my guys up. Sadly, any of the terrain is too far away, really. So, Chen is going to have to move up as a dash, which means that he cannot Overwatch. However, Mises is completely free. He's going to just do a very quick, sneaky reload in case it's needed, as well as a Overwatch in case the Chrysalids come around the camper van. In the alien turn, the Berserker moves around but misses our resistance fighter, which is great, and that's about it apparently. So we've got resistance activities, got some shoots from all the way over there. not surprised that that missed. That must have been a really terrible percentage chance to hit. Got a reload from this one, shooting at the Chrysalid and dealing damage, so that's always good. And then we've got another shot from a resistance fighter all the way over there. There's a lot of resistance fighters left. Going for the Spectre for the kill, does manage to kill him, so yeah, it's going okay. Like, we've managed to take out, well, us and the resistance managed to take out quite a few of the enemies in that turn, so it's not going too badly. Vimo's going to, I'm tempted to grapple him up so I can see and activate as many enemies as possible. Managed to activate this Berserker. He's going to run off. And there are some explosive barrels there, so doing that to deal damage to the Berserker and range it up. Probably not the best use of his turn, but not the worst. Floyd's going to go into Shadow. That allows him to extend his movement range as well as just move up, so that's not too bad. We do actually see then a hiding Spectre. I'm surprised we didn't see the flank on him. Wow, that was, yes, I'm just going to blow that up. I'm surprised we didn't see flank from Vimo's side, but that's not important right now. And then Floyd's going to just dash up, get himself into a flanking position. Gray's going to move up. There is a Chrysalid still around the side there, so we've got to be careful with that. And then Chen definitely does not have a good position around, so he's just going to reload and go into Overwatch, I think, would be the best thing to do. Or there's an EMP potential. Or a frag potential. No, not really. So Eve Overwatch, yeah, dash towards hard cover. Get himself into another position. Going to need to get behind that camper van, which is kind of blocking all of our field of vision, to be fair, which is very irritating. And then Miser's going to move up. McEwen's going to use her free reload. She does have a... she doesn't have a shot from where she is, so she's going to have to go up there, which is why I'm kind of confused. Oh, she face-offed. Yeah, I feel like that was still a good use of her movement, to be fair. She's just going to go into a watch for now, as is Grey. So we're ready to spring our trap. Or is it a trap, really? Our movement, I guess. Spectre going to move up, get shot at, but obviously in Spectre mode, very difficult to hit. And then Retribution again from Vimo, which doesn't do any damage. So Spectre's going to move up, going to use his Spectorial thing, Shadowbound, that's the thing. Binds up Vimo.
I know where you are.
Then the Shadow is going to move into cover, and the Spectre is going to move away from everyone into the camper van. And then the Berserker's apparently going to do the same, as well as miss our civilian friend. Meanwhile, the Resistance Fighter is going to shoot at the I was about to say sectoid, but that's not what that is. A Chrysalid missing, but the other one does manage to take it out, so we've got Chrysalids down with only a Spectre and the Berserker left, I believe. Although there is also a Shadow as well. The Resistance Fighter missing the Spectre there. This Resistance Fighter, I think, oh no, does manage to shoot at and deal damage to the Shadow, so 2 health left on that Shadow. And then Floyd's going to move around, get a flanking shot, maybe take out the Shadow, I think is what he's going to do. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. Taking out the Shadow very nicely, getting Vimo back up. And with a 0% chance of being discovered from that, pretty good. So Chen's going to have to move back up to his area he was at before, so that he can get shots on the enemy. 79% chance to hit the Berserker. Does get a very nice hit, as well as activating the holo targeting. Mises not really in the best position. He was kind of flanking around for the Chrysalid, but the Chrysalid's dead now, so not very much I can do. I was tempted to throw a grenade, but that would explode the entirety of the front of the camper van, and there's quite a lot of civilians there, so probably not the best thing to do. McEwen going to move up, fire at the Spectre, dealing 8 damage. And Vimo has his turn. I'm trying to get him inside the van, but it's quite difficult to go around because there's no actual back door. So there's only one thing for it. Not do his turn yet. And then Grey's gonna go try and fire off against the Spectre, which is definitely the most dangerous of the enemies. Doing a Talon round, managing to take him out. Still got Misers. It's not going to do anything. Vemo's going to go around. She's got a potential chance to kill the Berserker, which would end the mission for us. Grey actually leveled up, which is pretty good. 100% chance to hit. Will it kill? Yes, it does. Ending the mission as a solid victory.
Good work out there.
So, returning to the Avenger with several levels up. I think definitely one from Grey. We may have another. But no injuries, not that I can think of, I don't think. No, everyone's totally fine. That was effectively a flawless victory. Again, 2 levels up, one for Grey and one for Mises. We're going to have a look at what we get for Grey. We're going to go probably Untouchable, just because it's insanely strong compared to Deep Cover. And then Mises is going to go for the Scanning Protocol. I may go for Field Medic. I think I go for Scanning. Field Medic would be very helpful. I go for Scanning. Alright. It's not a bad one. Definitely not a bad one. With the Reaper, less important, but still pretty good overall. And then we get a bunch of sexy loot, as well as the Automaton and the Chrysalid Autopsies available. And a bunch of sexy loot as well.
Excellent work.
McEwen. Just the person I needed to see. I wanted to congratulate you on an excellent mission. Flawless, as has become your record. Listen, I just wanted to ask about that Viper King. We didn't get a clear description from Scott, Lau or Kilby. All seem to be rather shaken by the affair. Tegan is very adamant that we get as much detail as possible about what this new foe is and why it's here.
So now that we have a bit of supplies, we're going to start by building the Shadow Chamber, which is a important story building, as well as having other important aspects and bonuses that it can give us. And we can continue with just our day-to-day activities overall, which is exactly what we're going to do. We've got 1 day until the plasma rifle is completed, which is going to be really cool. And right now we're just having a look as to what we need to do. We can continue making our contact. I think that's what I'm going to go for. Make contact with East Russia, or Asia, I think it's called. New Arctic, actually. And there's the plasma rifle. Sexy weaponry. See one of the old mutons getting absolutely butchered. Love the plasma rifle, very strong. Very powerful, very hot. But yeah, that unlocks all of the plasma rifles and weaponry, which is a lot of the beam auto pistols, the bullpup, the beam pistol, the plasma rifle, the datapad encryption apparently, which I think is what we're going to go for more intel, which means that that's not going to take too long to complete. Then we can just move along with our contact making. We do have an unstaffed engineer somewhere. There's not really much we can do it with. Yeah, there's no additional places I can put it, so what do you want me to do?
We can have him working on construction, excavation, or
Shen, stop. There's nothing we can do with it. Got a technology breakthrough. Provide increase 1 HP to all our dudes, which would actually be really helpful, but there's a lot of other stuff I want to do if I'm honest. I think I actually might go for it, or I might go for the facility lead or the storm gun.
I will send
Yeah,
word as
facility
soon as we
lead,
have
it gives
something
us
to note.
a facility lead as well as 50 intel, and right now intel is what we need to expand all of our contacts. And there we go, so that's an additional intel done. Got ability of getting the beam cannon or the storm gun. I think I go for the storm gun, although I might actually go for the Viper autopsy.
Although
Yeah.
I would expect to be growing more accustomed to seeing the clear intermingling of both human and alien genetic material, I must admit, this reptilian creature with such distinctive human features is surprisingly unsettling. Invasion-era reports include references to a species with some reptilian qualities, but nothing as readily apparent as this.
So yeah, Viper Autopsy is what we're going to go for. Probably should go for one of the storm guns. I don't think the Viper Autopsy actually gives you anything substantial anymore. I might be completely wrong. I can't remember for most of the autopsies. We actually get a sabotage with our scanner arrays, which means that current scans take an additional 7 days, which means that the new Arctic now takes 8, even though we're 1 day away from it. So that's frustrating. So now we're just going to have to wait. We do get a covert op that has been done, so Kilby goes up in covertness, and we can choose to do other things in general. I think we might go for hunt for the Warlock or reducing Avatar Project. Apparently, I think we go for hunt the Chosen. See, this is the thing about playing these games and recording them several weeks after before you do the editing, because it means I've completely forgotten what I do for most of this, which is very frustrating. And for you, it's probably less fun, although it makes me flounder about, and you're probably amused. It's like, how could this guy forget what he's done? It's because it's been several weeks ago. But yeah, we do go for Hunt for the Chosen, going for the Warlock. We're going to get Fournier up there so that she gets her will up. We're going to get Kurosaki as well, and then we're going to go with Xiaolong as well. So we're going to get ourselves a bunch of rookies. This is, as I said prior to in several different episodes, it's better to get all your rookies up in coverts because it means they level up quicker with less risk, mostly. Kilby moving up can definitely get Bladestorm. It's just the best one there. Bladestorm, I think, Bladestorm and Retribution are two of the most horrendously powerful abilities in the game. Anything that gives you a free action is very powerful in this. We're also going to... we should definitely get Shredder. Shredder's really strong. Shredder's really strong. We might get Shadow Strike though, but Shredder's really strong. We might not get anything, but Shredder's really strong. We're going to go with Shadow Strike. That's interesting. I would have gone with Shredder, because Shredder's really strong. It's also allegedly something we can do in the training ground, but I'm pretty sure that isn't. But yeah, so we're going to make contact anyway. The Viper Autopsy ends. What does it give us? Oh, Battlefield Medicine. Actually, so yeah, actually Battlefield Medicine is really strong as well. Getting the Viper Autopsy, a very good idea for me. So now I think we're going to go with the beam cannon, just because the beam cannon allows us to get the beam cannon and also the sniper, I think, the beam, I can't remember what it's called actually, effectively the sniper rifle. And the Chosen's actually almost max level now, so we're going to have to deal with that at some point. We get a new rookie who is now a specialist through our training. We're going to move up. And we finally build the Shadow Chamber.
Although I'm impressed with the strides we've made in infiltrating the alien psionic network, the depths of their technological advancement continue to leave us one step behind. However, with the enhanced decryption capabilities of this chamber, I'm confident we will find a great deal more information than we had previously hoped.
The Shadow Chamber, very important building, not just because it's like story based and you need it to complete the game, but also because it gives us a really nice ability which we're going to see just before the start of the next battle. Oh, we got a nice little promotion for Mr. Van der Voort. Going to go medical protocol and revival. He's going to be a new medic for our team. He's got a nice plus 20 hack as well due to scrambling, which is nice. So total of 80, which is not terrible, not great either. Got a nice little bond as well between Floyd and Chen, which we are definitely going to be doing, because it's always good to have maximum bond levels with everyone. And then we've got some idle staff everywhere, mostly because no one's injured, so can't use that guy, and don't have any money to spend on these facilities, so we can't do anything there either. So we've just got some engineers milling around, twiddling their thumbs for the moment until we get some money. But before that, got some guerrilla ops that we need to do. So as you can see, the Shadow Chamber actually tells us exactly how many enemies we're going to be facing and what they are. We will only be able to see who they are if we know. As you can see, one there's an enemy unknown. That means that we've not yet seen them. We don't know what we're going to be up against. We are going to go for the one that gives us a ton of supplies though, so we are going to be going for this mission. It does have something unknown. It's also a neutralize the battlefield commander, which is one of my favourites just because it's assassination of Advent troops. It's pretty fun, I feel. So there we go. So we're going to be taking a full squad. It's going to be taking McEwen, Lau, Kilby, Farlogo, Fuentes and Fang on this mission to assassinate a Advent General.
Officer with extreme prejudice. Menace 1-5, we're tracking the Advent General and his escorts, but we don't have an exact fix on their location. Sweep the area and eliminate the target along with any other hostiles that stand in your way.
So we start our mission here. Just looking around, we're at the bottom right of the map. See the edges, it looks like the graveyard map, which is one of my favourites. I do like the graveyard map quite a bit. And we're going to move out. So the first thing that we need to do, the first real task, is to find the Advent General. So I'm just going to move around to see if I can find him.
They're patrolling this area.
I can see that there is a Advent mech there, this one of the experienced mech. There's also a really tall building there, which McEwen is definitely going to be taking as soon as she can. So we're going to dash her up as far as she can go. Ooh, how is she going to go around? Yeah, she's going to go around the back, which is probably not a bad idea. And I'm going to get Fang to follow her so that she's got some kind of backup in case things go rough and we spot some more enemies. And the rest of the team is going to go over there. I feel like I'm being very careless with my troops, especially if they accidentally get spotted over here, but I think we're okay with the advanced mech, and I think that's just a normal elite trooper. Yep, we're all good. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to see if we can get up there, and we definitely can with McEwen. And this is a commanding position on this map. This is the tallest building I think that you can get, and you've got a really good vision overall. And then with Fang, we are going to move up and see what we can move. Looks like we can move over here. So yeah, so with two operatives on top on a commanding position, no additional enemies have been spotted, so that's all good. And we're just going to go around, going to shadow and tail this squad of two, see if we can find any additional enemies in the process. Going into Overwatch when we can, and if we can, making sure we can get full cover in as many places as possible. And then with Fuentes, we're going to hide behind this flower pot, because why not? So they continue their advance on their patrol very slowly, don't seem to be spotting us, which is nice. No additional enemies have been spotted though, although we know that there are, I think it was 9, it's either 9 or 11, but I'm pretty sure it's 9 enemies in total. So, McEwen's going to move up into that position where she's got a commanding presence now. She can definitely hit anything. Going to go into pistol overwatch. Fang's going to go around the side, see if she can spot any additional enemies. But no additional enemies present themselves, so interesting place there. Kirby is going to shadow that and go all the way to the other, I think that's a crypt, I think would be considered. Moving there, next to Lau, and then Farlogo is going to go around the side over here. And no additional enemies spotted. And there's the general, so yeah, so now we know where the general is, and it's like the opposite direction to where we've actually set up, so that's a bit frustrating. So we're just going to have to deal with it at the moment as we get the mech moving forward. None of us have been spotted yet, although this is really close. Are we spotted? Are we good? I think we're good. Yeah, we're all good. So the General and his Advent Stun Lancer bodyguard's going to go around the side. I'm also, oh god, it's so close to spotting everyone. Any movement is going to cause us to be spotted. So Farlogo is going to begin by retreating into a position where she's not going to be flanked. Going to go into Overwatch there. And then Fuentes is going to go around the side. Not going to do anything, just going to Overwatch. So it looks like I'm not going to call the ambush yet, although got a really good shot on the general here. 100% chance of McEwen to do so. Fang's also not got a great position for where she is, so she's going to move into a position where she can. Going into Overwatch. I think we're going to go with just the shot on the general. Yeah, we are. Alright, we're going to start with McEwen shooting at the general, only doing 6 damage, despite the potential chance of getting some good critical chance, but never mind. So that calls on the attack, I should say, with a lot of Overwatch shots about to happen. 2 shots from there, 4 shots, 4 damage from there. Looks like the general has been hit quite heavily. Then the mech and his buddy are going to get activated as well, so they're going to move around and take some Overwatch shots. From Fang, unluckily for us, the mech has gone into Overwatch, which means that Fang kind of pointless. So, in addition to Dragon being spotted. So, we've got a potential EMP grenade going on there, so that's what we're going to be doing. Going to fire the EMP grenade, which will target and hit the mech, which will remove his Overwatch as well as hack defense. I feel like it would have just been better to just shoot him, but let's not get into that. Then Kilby is going to run and gun, so it gets himself into a flanking position, and I think I'm going to go for the mech, because that's probably the least stupid thing to do. 84% chance. Oh, I can't kill him, so maybe not. I have to go for the trooper. Kills the trooper off, that's one good enough, but I feel like the mech is a much more deadly opponent. The mech going up, it's going to fire, fires grenade at both McEwen and Fang, and both of them drop down. Luckily it's not a far drop, but they do take damage and their armor is shredded, so that's damage that I'm going to be taking. We then have the stun lancer come around and Jesus Christ, how far are you going, mate? Well, is missed by... Bloody hell. So, what a hero move from that stun lancer. He just moves up and just butts right into Kilby, makes him unconscious. And more enemies are targeted. So there's a lot of things going very, very wrong at the moment. It's not going great for anyone. So we've got an EMP grenade, which definitely needs to be hit over there, as both codexes could get hit by the EMP.
Boom!
Not in cover at the moment. But yeah, we're going to have to recover from this. EMP grenade, definitely a good strike, but the issue is that it doesn't kill off any of the codexes, so they all clone off. So there's now 4 codexes, all on 1 shots definitely, but that's still not the best thing that we can go for. So first thing we're going to do, revival protocol with Fire Logo so that she can get Kilby back up and running and that we don't have to worry about him. And then she's going to use the rest of her movement probably to do some healing or some shooting. Yeah, some shooting's probably good. 59% chance to kill the codex, kills off the codex, so that's always good. Scorch. Fuentes has a rend attack available, exactly what he's going to be doing. Dealing 5 psychic damage, and then using parry. McEwen not in a great position at the moment. Oh, she can still use her sniper, which is what she's going to do, try and take out one of the codexes, and she does manage to do that as well. Fang not in a great position either, as she has just fallen from a building. She does, however, get a 100% chance to hit, and does manage to armor, but no critical hit, sadly. Kilby is going to have to make some decisions here as to where he can go. He's going to go shoot the mech for 100% on the Lancer. I think go 100% on the Lancer, killing him off. Kilby could really have moved, to be fair. Because the mech's now going to get another set of shots. He's going to shoot at... Oh my god, he's going to shoot his grenades again, hitting Kilby. Luckily parried from Fuentes, so Fuentes doesn't take any damage. And then we've got Blazing Pinions from the Archon, which are completely ignored. We've still got 2 codexes around, we've still got the General, we've still got 1 mech. So yeah, we've thinned the lines, but it's not going great. Luckily for us, we've got a Sonic Bomb from one of the codexes rather than them attacking us. So McEwen is okay for now, although still not in a safe position. And we've got an Overwatch from the Codex here, with the General being the only one left, and he's going to try and escape. So we've got to get 4 turns for that guy to come along. A lot of random chattering. Got a rocket launcher that we can use, which will probably be a good idea at some point. But yeah, got some kills that we need to do. I'm just looking to see if I can use a rocket launcher on the General. I don't feel like it's necessary at the moment. I need to pick my and prioritize my targets, really. That's the issue. So I don't know where to prioritize my targets.
Hunt him down.
We're going to do a run and gun with Farlogo, apparently. I'm going to try and see if we can go and get the general, who actually does have an overwatch shot, which luckily misses because that could have been disastrous. 74% chance to hit the general, and only does 2 with a miss, which really sucks. Scorch, not in a great position at the moment, but we can take out the Codex over here, which is exactly what he's going to do. Taking out the Codex, 6 psychic damage, and get 1 focus. So that's our flank secure. Then we need to get... so that gets parry. We're going to get McEwen out of there. She is on fire, so she needs to hunker down, which is exactly what she's going to do. I would rather forego my turn to do that rather than not. We've also got a slash attack which we can do, which we are going to do against the other Codex. Hopefully not missing. Nope, luckily we're all good. Fang does have Shadow Strike, which means that she doesn't get hit by, or targeted I should say, by any Overwatch, which is very, very, very convenient right now. 91% chance to kill the mech, which we do, with a lovely critical strike. So that's taken down a lot of the problems that we've got at the moment, leaving us only the Archon and the General, with the Archon dodging our strike from Lao. The Pinions come down harmlessly to the ground, but the Archon does still have a turn, and he's going to go for McEwen, hitting McEwen for 7. Luckily she's not down, but she is on 1 HP, which is horrendous. McEwen being one of the, probably the strongest operative that we have. It's definitely something that or someone that we do not want to lose at all costs. 55% chance to hit. The Archon does manage to get hit, and the Hollow targeting is active. We've also got a potential hack which we can do, as well as a heal, which we are definitely going to do to avoid any further deaths. 5 HP healed on McEwen, and we're not going to do any additional actions for now. 100% chance to hit the Archon. I think we're going to do a Lightning Hands first. Shooting, doing 3 damage. I think Fuentes would be able to deal the death blow now against the Archon. So he's going to go forward and strike, taking out the Archon, thankfully. Getting himself another focus. So now we've only got one problem, and that's the General. So we can move up. And then McEwen going to reload her rifle. Doesn't have a shot on the General yet, mostly because I don't think the General is actually in vision. Fang's going to go into run and gun, so that hopefully she can see the General. Does she a General? 46% chance. Or can she throw a grenade? Yes, she can. That's exactly what she's going to do. She's going to throw a grenade off, set him on fire, doing 2 burning damage. Also giving vision to the rest of the team on the General. Kilby, only a 31% chance, so he's just going to use teamwork on Farlogo. Farlogo then ability to heal, and she's going to go for a heal on Kilby, who's only got 3 hit points. Or is she going to go? Well, yeah, I can go and... What is she doing? What are you doing, Farlogo? Come on. I could go for a hack, because just looking at the hack doesn't actually cost an action. Am I going to go for 2 heals? No, I didn't think so. Man, that was some good decision making from me, tell you now. Totally didn't take forever to make a decision. Yeah, so we can get ourselves some good stuff. We can increase soldier vision or squad vision. Do I decide to go for nothing? Yeah, decide to go for nothing. It's not really worth it. The bonuses aren't really great. Although succeeding in a hack does increase your hack value in the future, but it's true that just increasing vision isn't great. So we're going to do an aid protocol, mostly because she's flanked. Fang is, so not the worst place to go. And then there's a possibility of getting teamwork on Lau, but there's not really a point because she doesn't have vision. So instead, just going to go into... There is a point apparently. What am I doing? Am I just moving? Oh, trying to rocket launcher. Man, that would have been a really good idea actually if I could actually aim that far. Apparently I'm out of range with a rocket launcher. It's not so much I'm out of range, it's more that I can't target it. Oh my god, can I target it? Oh my god, I can target it. Look at this. What a strike. 4 damage. With 2 burning damage done. So what's going to happen is is he going to move? Doesn't look like it. And then that returns. And we're going to go up. Fang having a very good chance to take out the general. 82% chance. Manages to take him out. Alright, assassination done.
Target neutralized.
Mission not yet complete.
We need to clear the area.
So looks like there's still a squad or 2 of enemies. So we need to... What we're going to do now is we're going to reload and get ourselves into a position. We're going to have to find out where the last of the enemies are, because we haven't come up with them yet.
Let's move already.
So I'm just going to spread myself out, see what I can do. Just going to move up, reload, get ourselves into positions. Man, we took quite a heavy beating, to be fair. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's a sector pod.
The aliens used this to defeat most of Earth's heavy conventional forces. It can punch through armor just as easily as it chews through infantry. Be careful.
Yes, I will definitely be careful. That is a sector pod and I do not like that. So we've got a sector pod of Purify and looks like just a regular trooper. So, how do we deal with this? Well, Lau's the best way to deal with it because Lau's got blue screen rounds. We've also got an 82% chance to hit the trooper. So let's do that first. Try and thin out the lines. Doing 7 damage, not a bad shot. With Fang being able to move up. Is that a good idea though? This is the issue. Sector pods are super dangerous. Really scary. We'll try and do a flanking shot. Move around. Can we actually see from anything? No, we can't even see anything from there. That might have been a terrible idea. I'm going to get a fire logo as well. Yeah, it's probably a good idea to do that. So yeah, we're going to do an additional heal on Kilby, just because that means that he can probably take a hit from a sector pod. The issue is that the sector pods do have 3 actions, I believe, a turn, which is a lot. So Fire Logo using the rest of her heals just to make sure that none of our troopers die. Fuentes is going to do a very big dash to the flank. I'm going to see if we can see. Yes. To make sure that if we can flank or not. Fang's actually going to retreat. That's probably a really good idea as well. Make sure no one's isolated around. Sector pods, so we can't actually see him, but that's just him getting really big. Oh, he's actually going to go around to where Kilby is. We've got a Overwatch shot which does 2 damage. We've got 5 hull armor. Then a shot does take out 5 damage, thankfully, because of the dodge, but can shoot again. Oh my god, does another dodge. Jesus Christ, that was Kilby. Just oh my god. What a speedy boy. And he gets shot again. Oh thank god, it's a miss. Alright, that's not going great. So Kilby move around the flank. Turns out, terrible idea, because now it meant that the entirety of the enemy are here. Well, we do get potentially lucky with Lau, who does manage to get 3 shred off. So that's really good, as well as doing quite a bit of damage as well. 100% chance to hit with the sniper rifle. It will also shred the armor, I'm pretty sure. Yes it does, shredding 2 armor and doing 8 damage. So yeah, it's all good. The sector pod has been dismantled quite heavily, so we need to make sure we can take it out in 1 turn, because leaving that thing alive for longer than a turn is definitely a big no-no. Fang not really helpful in this situation, mostly because she's got a very short range weapon. Kilby also not really great at the moment. 92% chance, hits it for 7 damage, which isn't a lot. Gotta take it out. We've also got the potential to hack it.
Hunt him down.
It's like Fire Logo is going to go around. to get into a position where we can see the sector pod. I think we're going to have to go around the car, which is very dangerous because if it explodes we're going to take some damage. But we need to take it down. 94% chance. Fargo shoots and does manage to destroy it. In its explosion, it does some damage against the purifier, which is nice. And then Fuentes is going to go around. He doesn't have any distance to strike at the enemy. Does manage to go into Overwatch though. Purifier is going to come through. Overwatch going to be fired. Misses. The potential for Kilby to die is really bloody high. Okay, we're lucky here. Are we going to get lucky again? Oh my god, it's insane. The percentage chances on that. Jesus Christ. My heart is in my mouth right now, guys. Right, Far Logo, gonna shoot. Try and kill the purifier off. Does get a crit, and it does explode the purifier off, so now it's just the elite trooper, and we're gonna get Fuentes to take him out. And he does. Mission success, but at what cost? Bloody hell. So devastating. But yeah, managed to get an excellent results, but Jesus Christ, that last end could have been disastrous. So many misses on Kilby. Yeah, so we got 2 gravely wounded, McEwen taking a lot of damage, as well as Fang and Kilby getting shot quite badly. Also get ourselves the stock and several artifacts, as well as a sector pod breakdown and a bunch of supplies, which we are going to put to use straight away. Going to build ourselves a very sexy Psi lab to start ourselves with our Psi operatives. And that being done, we've also got 90 supplies. We are going to go for lab, the laboratory, which should increase our research rate in the future. And I'm also going to have a little look as to how much our upgrades cost, because I probably could have gone with the plasma rifle actually, but I feel like the Psi lab very important. But that being said, that will be all for today, and I'll just see you next time.
Starting to get really tired of these missions, Nui. The hits that I took in that last one, they got me thinking, really thinking. What if it's not enough? What if once we get to the end of this we all end up like the last time? What if there is no end? That once we take back control of our planet, the alien just sends another invasion force after us? I know that they want me to lead them like Vivian Basso did, but I just don't want to become a martyr like she is. I want to live.